A black box has been recovered from the helicopter crash site, but the cause of the accident that killed General Bipin Rawat, his wife, and 13 others is yet to be ascertained. Investigation officers are now in possession of this black box, and hopefully the mystery and conspiracy, if any, around the accident will be revealed soon. And here's how. The black box helps ascertain the cause of the helicopter or aircraft crash. It records cockpit conversations and the performance and condition of an aircraft or a helicopter. These two things help investigators know the details about the performance of a helicopter or an aircraft and the last conversation between the pilot and the co-pilot before it crashed. The black box is virtually indestructible as it has to withstand the impact of the crash, fire and water. Black boxes are made of electronics, insulation and metal. The box contains a flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder encased in aluminium. The components are then wrapped in insulation and placed in a stainless steel or titanium outer casing. Unlike alloys containing iron, aluminium is rust resistant, as we all know. When exposed to water, a layer of oxide forms on the aluminium housing, which protects the interior components from corrosion. It would take severe fire or impact beyond the design strength of the device to severely damage the internal components because the aluminium box is wrapped in 1-inch layer of insulation. This insulation can withstand temperatures over 1000 degrees Celsius. All Mi-17 helicopters, as this one, are fitted with a digital flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder. Both are fitted in the tail boom adjacent to each other. It records multiple analog and discrete parameters. To decode the data, the details are sent to Moscow as the helicopter is Russian made, or the investigators request the manufacturer to visit India, which remains unlikely to be fulfilled. And by the way, black boxes are not always black. They are actually painted bright orange these days, so that they can be easily located in the event of a crash where people have to search through the wreckage and debris to locate the box. But coming back to General Bipin Rawat's high-end chopper, what kind of a helicopter was it? Was it some old and exhausted piece of machinery or a state-of-the-art new flying beast that was best in the class? Well, from the reports it looks like this chopper was indeed of the latter variety. It was an Mi-17 V5 military helicopter, an advanced aircraft made by Russia's state-owned Rosoboron export. It is one of the latest and top-of-the-line iterations of the Mi-8/17 series. More than 60 countries have the versions of this chopper in their militaries and India is one of them. According to its Russian maker, this chopper is designed to carry personal cargo and equipment inside its cargo cabin or on an external sling. It can also be used to drop tactical air assault forces and sabotage groups and be used to ferry the wounded Jawans. It also can be adopted to be used as an attack helicopter, as it can be armed to destroy ground targets. Its armament system includes unguided rockets, cannons and small arms. This Russian-made helicopter is fitted with a self-defense system against heat-seeking missiles, heavy armored cockpit, vital systems and components, and enhanced survivability. India had placed an order for 80 such Mi helicopters back in 2008 for a cost of $1.3 billion. The initial batch was delivered in 2013 and the final batch arrived as late as 2018. According to the reports, India routinely uses it to ferry VVIPs, including the Prime Minister. The Mi-17 V5 is popular because it can operate in any geographical and climatic conditions day and night, in adverse weather, high altitudes and even hot weather conditions. It is super versatile, having the capability to effectively carry out assault, transport and combat tasks during just one mission sortie. It has the ability to land on unprepared sites at night and in limited adverse weather conditions and high target approach accuracy through the use of a satellite navigation system. And such is the popularity of this line of choppers that even the United States have purchased it for the air force of its allied former government in Afghanistan, which collapsed this year as Taliban took over. One time, the US also brought this for Pakistan to help it with its war on terror, as per the reports. Of course, the chopper carrying General Bipin Rawat was an ultra-modern and expensive piece of machinery weighing about 13,000 kilos, and it could carry a payload of 4,000 kilos. On the standard fuel tank, it could travel up to 675 kilometers, but with 2 additional fuel tanks, this range was easily extendable to 1,180 kilometers. It could accommodate up to 36 people in addition to the 3 crew members. But the helicopter carrying India's Chief of Defence Staff Bipin Rawat, his wife and 13 others had just taken off from the Sulur Air Force Station in Tamil Nadu and was on its way to Wellington in Coimbatore, where he was supposed to give a lecture. But it was reported missing within just half an hour of its flight, and it was already making its descent at the time of the crash, as per the reports. More than half a dozen Mi-17 helicopter accidents have taken place in India over the last few years, and investigations have brought to the fore several factors which led to the crashes. In some of the cases, the probe is still underway. The investigation reports usually take about a year as lengthy procedure, including details about the aircraft or helicopter, its maintenance record, load sheet, the previous record of the helicopter, information about all the parts, crew flying hours, capabilities, fitnesses, weather conditions, among others, have to be put on record. But coming back to General Rawat, his popularity was massive and his credibility as the Defence Chief Staff was amazingly high. The condolences have not stopped pouring in from even the most unexpected quarters of the world. Several countries, including the US, Russia, China, and Pakistan, have paid their tributes. The US Embassy in New Delhi extended its deepest condolences to the Rawat family and the families of those who perished in the crash. As India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Rawat spearheaded a historic period of transformation in the Indian military, the US mission said in its statement. Chinese ambassador to India, Sun Weidong, extended deep condolences on the sad demise of the CDS General Bipin Rawat, his wife and other victims in the helicopter crash. My sympathy goes to all the family members of General Bipin Rawat, he said. The Bhutan Premier Lote Tshering said that it was heart-aching to learn about the helicopter crash. People of Bhutan and I offer prayers for India and the bereaved families. May you find the strength to see through the tragedy, he said. Nepalese Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba said that he was deeply saddened by the tragic demise of General Rawat, his wife and several other defence officials. My heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and the Indian Armed Forces, he said. British High Commissioner Alex Ellis also condoled General Rawat's demise and hailed him as a wise man and a brave soldier. Tragic news. General Rawat was a wise man, a brave soldier, a pioneer and a generous host to me only weeks ago. We mourn his death and that of his wife and all the people killed in this terrible accident, Ellis tweeted. Russian envoy to India Nikolai Kudashev said with the deepest regret he learned about the sudden demise of General Bipin Rawat, Madhulika Rawat and other officers in the crash. Russia has lost a very close friend who played a very big role in the promotion and privileged strategic partnership. Grieving together with India, goodbye friend, farewell commander, he tweeted. The Australian High Commissioner to India, Barry O'Farrell, expressed deepest sympathies to the families of Rawat and others on the helicopter. Australia-India relationship has thrived during General Rawat's tenure, he said. French envoy to India, Emmanuel Lenain, tweeted, deeply saddened by the tragic demise of CDS General Bipin Rawat and his wife and several defence officials in a crash. My heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and the Indian Armed Forces. We will remember CDS Rawat as a great military leader and a supporter of flag of France and India defence ties, he said. European Union's envoy to India, Ugo Astuto, also extended heartfelt condolences to the family of General Rawat, his wife, and the families of the Armed Forces personnel who lost their lives. The Japanese envoy to India, Satoshi Suzuki, said he was deeply saddened by the tragic demise of General Rawat, his wife, and the Armed Forces personnel in an unfortunate accident. I extend my deepest condolences to the bereaved family members of the people killed in the accident, he said. Ambassador of Israel to India, Naor Gilon, said he is deeply shocked and saddened by the tragic deaths in the chopper crash. The people of Israel stand side by side with the Indian people and government in mourning the death of Indian heroes. Om Shanti, he tweeted. Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid and Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz also extended condolences to the people of India over General Rawat's demise. Pakistan's top military brass also expressed condolences over the tragic death of General Rawat. German ambassador to India Walter Lindner tweeted, "What tragic news. Our deepest condolences to General Bipin Rawat's family and the relatives of those who perished in the tragic helicopter crash in Tamil Nadu. Pakistan Army spokesman in a short statement also posted on Twitter that Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Nadeem Raza and Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa expressed condolences. Air Chief Marshal Zahir Ahmed Babir Sidhu, Chief of Air Staff Pakistan Air Force, also expressed his condolences on the tragic death of General Rawat, his spouse and all the others. Singapore Mission in India said it was saddened to learn that the Chief of Defence Staff and the others on board the chopper have passed away. Had the honor of meeting General Rawat several times. His vision, candor and warmth will be missed. Deepest condolences to all grieving this terrible loss, it said. Well, after reading all of this, it really is true that General Rawat's death feels like a global loss, as his popularity and goodwill knew no bounds. His career spanned 43 years that was marked with integrity and patriotism. Here's hoping that his friends, family and colleagues find the strength to deal with this colossal loss. He was the chief of 1.3 million strong army from 2017 to 2019 before his elevation to Defence Services Chief, which many analysts said was to improve integration between the Army, Navy and the Air Force. 63-year-old General Rawat and his wife Madhulika are survived by their two daughters Kritika and Tarini. You can also leave your thoughts and prayers in the comments below. Jai Hind.